పుస్తకాలు రాయాలి. ఇంకా ఎందుకు వెళ్తారంటే ముందు తెలుగులోనే ఒంటి భాష ఉంది, దానికి స్క్రిప్ట్ లేదు. రంభాణ భాష ఉంది, దానికి స్క్రిప్ట్ లేదు. పోయిన భాష ఉంది, స్క్రిప్ట్ లేదు. దానికి చెంచు భాష ఉంది, స్క్రిప్ట్ లేదు. రేపు వీటికి కూడా స్క్రిప్ట్ ను డెవలప్ చేసి పుస్తకాలు ప్రింట్ చేయవలసిన బాధ్యత మీ మీద ఉంటుంది. తెలుగు లిటరేచర్ చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళు పని చేయలేరు, ఇంగ్లీష్ లిటరేచర్ చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళు పని చేయలేరు, భాష శాస్త్రం చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఇంట్లో మీరు పని చేయగలుగుతారు. 10 సంవత్సరాల కాలంలో మీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ లో జాబ్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ అవుతుంది. ఇందుకోసం చదవండి. భాషా శాస్త్రవేత్త అయితే చాలా సింపుల్, కానీ కనీసం ఉద్యోగం కోసం మీరు డిపార్ట్మెంట్ లో చేరితే మీరు సబ్జెక్టు లోతుగా చదవండి, మీ టీచర్లతో లోతుగా చెప్పించుకోండి. ఒకవేళ మీకు అర్థమైనట్టు చెప్పకపోతే 10 సార్లు క్వశ్చన్ చేయండి మీ టీచర్. క్వశ్చన్ చేసి చెప్పించుకోండి, అర్థం అయ్యే వరకు చెప్పించుకోండి. ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఒక సైన్స్, భాషా శాస్త్రం, సైంటిఫిక్ అప్రోచ్ ఉంటుంది. సైంటిఫిక్ అప్రోచ్ స్టడీ చేయండి. నాకు తెలిసి బీజేపీ ప్రభుత్వం ఇంకొక 10-15 ఏళ్ళు ఉంటుంది ఇండియా. ఓకే, ఇంకొక 10-15 ఏళ్ళు ఉంటుంది అంటే మీకు కావాల్సిన జాబ్స్ మీకు సబ్జెక్టు చదివినప్పుడే వస్తాయి. కేవలం మార్కులు 80 మార్కులు 90 మార్కులు సర్టిఫికెట్ లో ఉంటే మీకు జాబ్స్ రావు. సబ్జెక్టు లోపు తెలవాలి. ఆ లోపు తెలిసినప్పుడు ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు సబ్జెక్ట్ అడుగుతాం. ఇంగ్లీష్ చదువుకోండి, లింగ్విస్టిక్స్ అనేది భిన్నమైన భాషలు ఎట్లా రూపొందాయి అని చెప్తాం. వరంగల్ పోతే ఏమంటారు వాళ్ళు, వరంగల్లో ఒక మాండలికం ఉంటుంది, కరీంనగర్లో మనం మాండలికం ఉంటుంది. వకారం వచ్చాడు అని మనం ఇక్కడ అంటాం. మీరు నిజామాబాద్ పోతే వచ్చాడు అంటారు. వచ్చిందా? వచ్చింది అంటారు. అంటే ఏది వకారం అకారం ఎట్లా అయింది, ఎందుకు సంధి విడిపోయింది, ఇందులో మాండలికం ఎంత, వ్యవహారికం ఎంత, గ్రాంథికం ఎంత, ఉర్దూ ఎంత చేరింది, సంస్కృతం ఎంత చేరింది, ఈ లోతులన్నీ భాషా శాస్త్రంలో ఉంటాయి. ఒక పదం రూపొందడానికి, ఒక అక్షరం రూపొందడానికి సమాజంలో ఉండే భావాలు ఎట్లా పనిచేస్తాయి, సామాజిక స్థితి ఎట్లా పనిచేస్తుంది, ఇవన్నీ భాషలో ఉంటాయి. ఒక రచయిత కవిత చెప్తారు, ఆ కవిత ఎట్లా నిర్మాణం అయిందని విశ్లేషించే శక్తి మీకు భాషా శాస్త్రంలో ఉంటుంది. ఎవరు చెప్పలేరు. చేకూరి రామారావు గారు చేరాతలను రాశాడు. మీరు ఎంతమంది తెలుసు పుస్తకాన్ని భాషా శాస్త్రం చేరాతలు ఆయన ఉదయం అనే పత్రికలో ఒక కాలం అడిగాడు. మొత్తం తెలుగులో వచ్చిన ప్రముఖ కవులందరినీ విశ్లేషిస్తూ రాశాడు. ఆ రోజుల్లో ఆయన రాస్తే చేకూరి రామారావు గారు నా గురించి రాస్తే బాగుండును అని కోరుకున్నారు, కవిత్వం కోరుకుంటున్నారు. అంత పేరు లేదు ఆయన. మరి మీరు ఈ భాషా శాస్త్రం చదివేవారు అంత పేరు తెచ్చుకోవాలంటే నిర్మాణం ఓల్గా గరీభవించని లాంఛీ నది ఉప్పొంగెను గంగా ప్రవహించను ఉయలు ఉయలు అని పోయేట్టు పోయం రాస్తే అసలు ఇందులో ఏం చెప్పాడు పోయేట్టు అని మీరు విశ్లేషణ చేయండి. నేనే భూతాన్ని గీతాన్ని యజ్ఞోపవీతాన్ని వైప్లవ్య గీతాన్ని అని శ్రీశైలం రాస్తే ఏంటి అసలు ఏం చెప్పాడినా, ఒక మాధుర్యం నడుస్తుంది, దాని వెంట ఒక రిధం నడుస్తుంది. ఆ రిధం ప్రకారం పోయం వింటాం, కానీ పోయాన్ని విశ్లేషించే పని మాత్రం మీరు చేయగలుగుతాం. భాషా శాస్త్రం అంటే చిన్న విషయం కాదు, ఏదో సబ్జెక్టు చేరాం అనేటటువంటి ఆలోచించకండి. మీకు మంచి లైఫ్ ఉంది, దానికి తగినటువంటి సంసిద్ధులు కాదు. మెరిట్ ఉంటే ఉద్యోగం, మెరిట్ లేకపోతే లాభం. ఇందుకోసమే ఏమైనా విద్యార్థులారా ఈ సెమినార్ ద్వారా
occasion on this occasion by our packet dignitary on stage. We request all of you to join in the release of volume 50 of Osmania papers and linguistics.
photos.
Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar.
Online ఒకసారి
That is being released today. We have Osmania papers on linguistics as an in-house publication. So the publication of our department since 1975, and every year we have been bringing this out as part of the annual publication. So this book now we have entering into the 50th volume. So this is very special for us. This is being Dr. Sushil Kumar, our head of the department, and we have a lot of scholars who have contributed for this volume, sir. Thank you for releasing this in this occasion, sir.
Okay. Anish.
Now I request our registrar, Dr. G. Naresh, sir, to address the class.
Department of Linguistics. It was a very hard social sciences. Professor Joy Model, Head Department of Linguistics. Professor Balu Naik, Chairperson Board of Studies, Linguistics and Biology of the college. Professor Swati Professor Lingam, Dean Arts. Professor Kola Nageshwara, Vice Principal, Professor J. Prabhakar Rao, keynote speaker, and especially our dynamic and beloved principal of the college, Professor Kasim Gan, and all the other faculty members from various departments, business college, students, and assigned media. So today conference on Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar. Now before going to speak few words as per my knowledge on the conference, now one or two important points I want to share because I'm from the Osmania University administration. So what is the vision and mission of this present administration? Now, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor M. Kumar, is every time, whatever the forum which is there, it may be a national seminar, international seminar, or conference, or even principals meeting, heads meeting, even meetings with or interactions with the college students. So universities are meant for discussions and debates. That is his reason. Something must be going on in the university in different departments. Every day there may be some lecture or there may be some symposium or there may be from a department science or sciences or art, social science, commerce, management, engineering. Because we have 56 departments, 12 faculties. Now in these 56 departments, there must be a discussion and debate on the latest issues. Now even we have witnessed yesterday, first time in the history, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Kumar interacted with all the PhD scholars. Because he is communicating to the principals, deans, head chairpersons about the teaching, research, innovations, and infrastructure. But there is a doubt if these discussions are reaching to the scholars or students or not. That we have some doubt. So why don't we interact with scholars directly? Yes, we have interacted yesterday. So what is required today? Now we have a lot of competition in the education field. Now we are experiencing private universities, deemed to be universities, and we are also experiencing at present the foreign universities. Now foreign universities are also establishing their outsource centers, offshore centers. Now with this competition, how this university will continue for the more 100 years like. Now we have the responsibility to do research and conduct the classes regularly. I appreciate the efforts of principal of this college for focusing on the classwork. Not only that, the mindset of the teachers and students also changed by this principal. What is important, mindset is important. For example, we are also taking classes. Why? Our business is teaching. But some of the teachers, just like that, they are spending their time. Yes, if you do like this, how many years this university is going to exist? That is a big, big challenge. Now everybody must focus on teaching. Teaching is the primary duty. And we are also tell the students to attend the classes. Not only they participate in the class. Now raise the doubts. These are very, very important. Otherwise, we are not going to ignite the minds of the young generation. The young generation must focus on your studies, your research. Not only that, we have a lot of challenge. The challenge is not your classmate or not your course mate from different universities. The challenge is technology. For example, we are talking about your linguistics. Now I can translate. I means not register. The gadget is there to translate to different languages. Now, if I want to read something, English to Telugu, Telugu to English, or Marathi, Kannada, whatever it is. Yes, today gadgets are there. Where you are going to exist, how you are going to beat these gadgets, translators. So you have the other major role to play. Now we have to focus on the gadgets to improve. Now technology is not away from the disciplines. Now technology is already integrated with all the disciplines. Now we can't avoid technology. It may be Telugu or Hindi or Sanskrit, whatever it is. We must learn the technology. And technology must be integrated in all the disciplines. But the degree of influence of technology may be different from one course to the other course. For example, engineering, its impact is much more. Sciences, its impact is there. Commerce, yes, lot of impact is there on the we can't avoid. Now, who is illiterate today? Tell me. Those who are not having the knowledge of technology, they are illiterates. Not only that, the new gadgets are coming into the market. What is the challenge, you know? How to operate that particular gadget. For example, if you buy a new mobile phone, what is the challenge? Challenge is how to use it. Now you have to go through the manual. Slowly we have to equip with that gadget. But the young generation is there. Their learning is very short. Within very short period of time they will learn. But age of 60, 70, it depends on the habit of learning. So now age difference is also going away. In law college, son and father is they are studying, they are the classmates now. Son is there in the same class, father is also there in the same class. Now they are learning, they are doing LLB. We can't avoid, these are the situations. So what do you mean by that? Age is not important. Updation of your knowledge and skill is important. So if you are not having the knowledge of that particular skill, you will be outdated. You will be no more in the market. So age is not a hurdle or not a bar. Now you have to learn. You have to update. Otherwise, simply you will be outdated and you are not in the market. That is a big challenge today. Our principals are also told very clearly. Now I believe that no course is waste. Every course is having its own uniqueness and its own importance. Somebody loosely speaking, arts is not required, social science is not required. What is the use of language like? How can I communicate without language? How an engineer is going to communicate? How a scientist is going to communicate about their inventions or innovations? That's why every subject is having its own importance. But over a period of time, the demand and supply conditions which will change. Today, much more demand is there to a computer course. It may not be there after 10 years. Even experts are telling that the computer science is going to be decreased like anything after 5 years. When you go to engineering colleges are having 10 sections of computer science, 15 sections of computer science. But all the basic courses, the admission is less. This is only a periodical thing. Later, scarcity may be there in civil engineering, automobile engineering. Now, demand may be pick up later stages. Yes, social sciences are the leaders in those days. Now, some sort of struggle is there, but you will also get an excellent opportunity in the future. Now, this young generation is also now, they are interestingly studying social sciences. Everybody is not into medicine, everybody is not into engineering. It is only a mindset. So, as per their interest, they will select the courses. I also appreciate the efforts of the linguistics department, especially Balu sir, Sushil sir, and Swati madam for organizing this 2 day conference. And not only that, I also congratulate they got the project and they are doing research. Yes, you can also do your research. Now you can also help your teachers in completing the project. They will also give one topic, a subtopic to you to do your research. You will also get a PhD. Now they will also complete their own project. This is the order of the day. The research scholars and students and the teachers must work together. Now we are not going to work without the research scholars and students. So this is the order of the day. And how we have to grow further and further. How we are going to beat the competition in the market. That is very important. That's why our Vice Chancellor is telling repeatedly, now we must achieve laurels in the form of rankings, NIRF ranking, NAC grade, world ranking, Asian ranking. Now this generation is measuring the institutions in the form of ranking. Parents and children, they are browsing what is the ranking of this university or college, or these colleges are NAC accredited or not. Based on that, we will get admissions present and future. We can't ignore this. Now we are there in the line, but where we are, there is this particular ranking that is very, very important. So that's why every teacher, every student and scholar must work hard. So if you are going to publish research papers, our teachers are also publishing, but this must be increased and we must get the some more good ranks in the future. That is the vision and mission of university. And with relating to this particular concept of the conference, as per my understanding, now there are different languages in India and even in abroad. Some languages are recognized as per the constitution. Now, according to the census 2011, some of the languages are popular languages, some of the languages are not that much popular, some of the languages are having script, some of the other languages are not having script. Now your job is becomes very easy today. Those who are doing research in linguistics, why don't you develop a script for Lombardy or other languages? But they are speaking, but there is no script. So take as a research project or take as your own research as a PhD topic, develop some language, some script you have to develop. So move here and there. Don't be static. Don't stay only in Hyderabad. You have to move different places. Now you will observe. So same language, how the people are speaking in different places. What is the impact? Our principal already told. Impact of Urdu on Telugu or impact of Urdu on some other languages. Like that, the place, the language is going to change. Now, somewhere I read, for every 30 kilometers, the customs, the tradition, the way of speaking a language is going to change. Yes, if you observe from one place to another place, yes, these changes are witnessed. So, but what is your role? Your role is to develop yourself. Your role is identify a research topic and you have to work hard. And not only that, for the PG students, you may also have in projects. You have to do one excellent project by moving here and there and collect the data and present the research dissertation. So with these few words, once again I congratulate the Department of Linguistics and the students and scholars of the department. So thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating word. Now, request our guest of honor, Professor Lingappa Bonal, to address. Yeah.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. Why I am telling good morning in Kannada. Yesterday my sister, beloved registrar, asked me next time tomorrow in the guest house. Yesterday I spoken in English introduction program. So very good morning to all. Today, Department of Linguistics organized 2 days lecture seminar on Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar. First of all, I congratulate to the department faculty. Head of the department, Sushil Kumar, BVS chairman Balu, and vice principal also, and coordinator of this seminar. And PS Swati, our college IPS coordinator, and this program chief guest Professor M. Kumar Garu రావాల్సింది సార్ నిన్న వచ్చారు కాబట్టి చాలా ఆయన షెడ్యూల్ బిజీ ప్లేస్ లో ప్రొఫెసర్ జి నరేష్ రెడ్డి గారు రిజిస్టర్ ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీ రిజిస్టర్ గారికి మా కాలేజ్ డైనామిక్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ brother C. Kashim Garu, in keynote address Professor K. Prabhakar Rao, former professor of Central University, and Vice Principal of this college, my friend, dear friend, K. Nageshwar Rao, and dear scholars, students, head of the departments, chairman, giveaways, and resource person across the country. So once again, I am welcoming and good morning. This title is Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar. I'm already our principal spoken about language, linguistics. See, without language, we cannot communicate any subject. This is the standard. ఒక భాషా శాస్త్రజ్ఞుడు చెప్తాడు, భాష లేకపోతే ఈ ప్రపంచం మొత్తం అందమైన చీకట్లు ఉండేది అని చెప్తాడు. భాష అన్నది ఒక వెలుగు. సో ఆ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ಕಾಣಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಭಾಷಾ ಪರಿವಾರ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ divided into four: Indo-Aryan, Dravidian languages, Austro-Asiatic, and Sino-Tibetan. Maybe these 2 days, this seminar on the technical sessions, the resource persons will discuss all these Bharatiya Bhasha. What are the recent trend is going on? These all four Bhasha language tradition regions are there. What are the research going on in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam? Because Dravidian language more than 80 languages. In the Dravidian language only Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and there are 5 languages. Actually, the Dravidian language brought from Mooladra, Panchadra, saying Panchadra. So some already discussed, some main languages have script. Other sub languages are not having scripts. They are speaking, they are singing, they are storytelling, their traditions, they are all rituals are there. But if suppose in Kannada, some languages only is writing script Kannada and speaking the sub languages. So Avek Kannada, that is one of the Kannada. Avek Kannada, Brahmins, the Mangalore side speaking, the like old Kannada like. If suppose the speaking we cannot understand the very near to old Kannada, but script is Kannada. That is the sub language of the Kannada. Even Mandalika like in Kannada, Pradeshika, we are calling Pradeshika pen. In Kannada, Dharwad Kannada, Gulbarga Kannada, Mysore Kannada, Mangalore Kannada. Even Kannada also, there are 4 regional differences between in Kannada. If suppose goes to Bidar, they are asking, Yan Bandi. Suppose Mysore person goes to Bidar, Yan Bandi means no understand. Yan Bandi, the standard language, Yan Bandi. Yano means yellow. Suppose in standard Kannada, Toda, if goes to Bidar, they are saying Moda. This is one story is there. Some boys were looking for girl. They went to just Moda area. They asked, what it means the in the standard language measurement, all the matter. So they are wonder why two people. Oh, Mama, obeying the Nam Mada only. After Mada it means what? 4 orders. 4 gardens having that boy. So like in differences between one model to another model. If suppose in Telangana also, in the different areas, Karimnagar model is very, Warangal model is very, Nizamabad model is, especially Hyderabad is very typical. And Urdu, Hindi, and even Tamil, Kannada, are multilingual staying place. So here also mixed, therefore called Deccani style of languages. If suppose Hindi में Delhi जाके कई को बोले तो लोगों को मान नहीं बन. कई is the farm Hyderabad. कई को क्या हो रहा है? ऐसा ये from words है ना ये the identity of the regionals. ఇంకొకటి నేను 2 నిమిషాలు తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్పగలుగుతా. నేను అనుకుంటా భాషకి ఉన్నంత శాస్త్రాలు వేరే ఏ సబ్జెక్టు లేవు. భాషకే సాహిత్య శాస్త్రం ఉంది, భాష విజ్ఞానం ఉంది, సౌందర్య శాస్త్రం ఉంది, నిఘంటు శాస్త్రం ఉంది, ఛందస్సు శాస్త్రం ఉంది, వ్యాకరణ శాస్త్రం. అది కాకుండా అన్ని ఇల్లు చాలా ఉంటాయి. ఈ లింగ్విస్టిక్స్ లోపలికి పోతే మళ్ళీ దాంట్లో ఇంకా డిఫరెంట్ బ్రాంచెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఫోనాలజీ ఉంది, మార్ఫాలజీ, సింటాక్స్ అన్నది. సో లైక్ సో ఇది ఏ భాషకైనా అప్లై అయినా అంటే అన్ని ల్యాబొరేటరీస్ మనం ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసుకో. ద లింగ్విస్టిక్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఇస్ వెరీ మన ఇండియాలో ఈ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీలో స్టాల్వర్స్ అయిపోయాయి. ఆదిత్య ముఖర్జీ కానీ, శాస్త్రి కానీ, నగమరెడ్డి, చాలా మంది. భద్రాద్రి కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు ఎంఎస్ చదువుతున్నప్పుడు డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ప్రొఫెసర్ రామచంద్రరావు గారు ఈ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ గ్రామాల గొప్ప అని తీసేస్తున్న భద్రాద్రి కృష్ణమూర్తి ఇక్కడే చేసుకున్నాం లింగ్విస్టిక్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్. సో అలాంటి గొప్ప గొప్ప భద్రాద్రి కృష్ణమూర్తి ఉంటుండే నేను లైవ్ చూసేది. ఆయన ఇంటి పక్కన నేను 2 years రైట్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు చూశాను. కానీ మన రామచంద్రరావు గారు ఆయన గురించి బాగా చెప్పారు. సంగమే సమృద్ధి మాట ద్రవిడియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ బోధిస్తున్నప్పుడు ఇట్లా భద్రాద్రి కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు ద్రవిడియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ మీద చేసిన రీసెర్చ్ గురించి చెప్తుంటే ఆయన బుక్ రాసినప్పుడు అన్ని ఆయన బుక్ అంతా ఆయన బుక్ లో కోట్ చేసిన గురించి. సో అలాంటి ఒక పెద్ద డిపార్ట్మెంట్, ఆ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కింద ప్రోగ్రామ్ జరుపుకున్నప్పుడు మనకు చాలా గర్వంగా ఉంది. సో ఈ రోజు భాషా పరివారం గురించి ఇండో ఆరియన్ కానీ, ద్రవిడియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ గ్రూప్ కానీ, ఆస్ట్రో ఏషియాటిక్ గ్రూప్ కానీ, టిబెటియన్ ఈ గ్రూపులు లాంగ్వేజ్ గ్రూపులు ఇలాంటి రీసెర్చ్ జరుగుతుంది అన్నది ఈ 2 రోజు అక్రాస్ ద కంట్రీ వచ్చిన రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్స్ వాళ్ళు తమ రీసెర్చ్ పేపర్లు డిస్కస్ చేస్తారు అనుకుంటాను. నేను ఫలితాలు బుక్ ఫార్మాట్ సెమినార్లు సబ్మిట్ చేసిన ప్రజెంట్ చేసిన సెమినార్స్ మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు ఫార్మాట్ కూడా తీసుకొస్తారన్న నమ్మకం నాకు ఉంది. బికాస్ రిలీజ్ 2 books, one journal of important journal, and రమేష్ గారు కూడా వచ్చారు, సీనియర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ linguistics. So I'm very happy. Again, once again, congratulations to all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Vice Principal of University College of Arts and Social Sciences, Professor Mona Nageshwar Rao, to address.
Good morning to all of you. Every aspect has been covered by the eminent speakers and the chief guest of. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, it is already, we are running out of the time. Outside participants, I know Hyderabad is one of the best places in India. On behalf of Arts College, we welcome the participant delegates who come from different parts of the country. The Hyderabad is known for 2 things. One is seminars, other one is seminars. So the people who come from outside Telangana, outside Andhra Pradesh, you will enjoy the weather of Hyderabad and also the Osmania University surroundings. And usually we have many festivals. This is the academic festival. The students of linguistics will enjoy this academic festival for 2 days, organized by Department of Linguistics on Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar. Across the country, Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar, in collaboration with Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti, have been organizing. My good friend Andhra University of Karnataka is also organizing this type of conference in Karnataka in the last week of January. I'm sure at the end of the day, you will be going to your home with a lot of new things and smile. And thank you one and all. I wish conference would give you a lot of inputs and all. My special thanks on behalf of the Arts College and my principal's office to our beloved and respected chief guest of today's function, Professor Naresh Reddy sir. Thank you for speaking. Thank you.
Now I request our coordinator, co-coordinator and member of department to felicitate our team. Yes. So thank you all for joining this program. As the registers are busy, we thank all the dignitaries on the dais for joining us for this program. We will continue the program with our keynote speaker. So kindly all of you be seated. Thank you, sir, for joining us today and giving your valuable address in the program. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you, valuable time on this occasion. Also thank our principal sir for joining us on this occasion. Thank you for all your support, sir. Okay, sir. All are please invited for the lunch.
ఫోన్ చేస్తాను. ఒకసారి
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, a scholar of exceptional academic stature and global influence, Dr. Jandala former professor of linguistics at the University of Hyderabad, where he also served with distinction as the Dean of Humanities and Director of the E-Learning Center. His contributions extend far beyond national boundaries. He had key roles within UNESCO's Education for All program, including being a member of the Bureau and serving as the chair of the working group on information for development. Dr. Rao's research and interests span linguistics, translation studies, internationalization of higher education, and AI. He has led and initiated several international consortia and global academic networks focusing on AI ethics, multilingualism, and sustainable development, significantly contributing to global collaboration and the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development. We are truly honored to have such a visionary scholar with us today. May I request you all to welcome Dr. Janyala Prabhakar Rao with a warm and enthusiastic round of
చెప్పరా
Morning to everybody. So, మామూలుగా అయితే నేను సభకి నమస్కారం ఉంటాను. మామూలుగా అయితే సభికులకు వందనం ఉంటాను. సభికులు అంటే ఎవరో తెలుసా ఒరిజినల్ మీనింగ్ మీకు? సభికులు ఒరిజినల్ మీనింగ్ అనేది తెలుసా? సభికులు ఒరిజినల్ మీనింగ్ అంటే జూదం ఆడేవాళ్ళు. సో దూరం ఉండేవాళ్ళు పూర్వం సభికులు అనేవాళ్ళు. అక్కడ మారిపోయినాయి కాబట్టి జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి మనం ఏం లేదు. ఇంకొక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. అంటే ఎవరు బాధితులు అంటే ఎవరు అంతే బాధింపబడేవాళ్ళు అంతే కదా. అంకల్ బాధితులు అంటే ఎవరు అంతే బాధింపబడేవాళ్ళు. కాబట్టి ఆడవాళ్ళు తప్పుగా అర్థం చేసుకోకుండా మహిళా బాధితులు అంటే ఎవరు? మరి మహిళా బాధితులు అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? మహిళలకు ఉపయోగిస్తాము. అందుకని భాషలో ఇటువంటివి జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో మామూలుగా అయితే అంటారు కాబట్టి నేను డిగ్నరీస్ and dear students and my colleagues are here. My colleagues, just I will have a brief invitation. I don't want to take time. So I will have a very brief thoughts that I would like to share with you this morning. Because there are very good experience. Scholars like Leonardi and Ramesh Kumar. So they will also be enough to time to them. So that's why let me explain. So actually I have been associated with Osmania University department for last 35 to 40 years. Though I was not studied here, but I have been associated with departments by organizing jointly various activities, academic activities, along with the department, right from BHK, Jaipur, Rama, So this department, in this department, not only the strong bonds have worked, it has produced strong bonds also to and has given to the linguistics in this country. Once you know, Hyderabad was called of linguistics because there are many departments. No other city in this country has so many departments like Osmania University. So we have Hyderabad Center, Osmania University, like that. There are many departments. So, and Osmania University department was one of the best departments in this country, and it has not only national but also international. And I am very glad to see now that the present team of linguists in this department is continuing those traditions, and also there is a good number of students in this department who are very much interested in learning linguistics. As you know, I always say that language is as important as oxygen, because as long as we breathe, as long as we live, we breathe. We breathe oxygen. Once oxygen is stopped, breathing oxygen stop, then we are. If a language disappears, then what will happen? The community is almost less than. So, linguistic diversity is as important as biodiversity. If biodiversity is disturbed, ecological balance, environmental balance will be there. If linguistic diversity is disturbed, if it is not protected, if it is not promoted, then the society will collapse dramatically. We can come out economic crisis because we had in 2018 economic crisis. We can come out of economic crisis maybe within 5 years or 10 years. Once there are cultural crises in the society, social crisis in the society, in terms of culture and language, it is very difficult to come out. It may take for you 50 years here. The entire generations will lose their identity. I am a Telugu man. What is the identity for me as a Telugu man? Everybody wears pant shirts, even if you go abroad, the same. But only my identity as a Telugu person is my language, my culture. So, because of this globalization, when most of the cultural activities and components are become more common and common, the only identity with which any person in this globe, this world, can be identified is only language, only culture. If we lose that identity also, so there is a need to protect and promote multilingualism and multiculturalism. With this mandate, UNESCO and other organizations are working. So, India, coming back to India, as we know, is a multilingual, multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious country. This multilingualism in India, the multilingualism is the phenomena, historical phenomenon. It is not the phenomenon that has been developed recently, like in Europe or in other parts of India. It is a historical phenomenon. That means it has for hundreds of years, since it has been existing for hundreds of years, it has entered into the DNA of each and every nation. It has entered into the cultural DNA of each and every nation, biological DNA of each and every nation. So that's why it has become a social phenomenon. It is not just a phenomenon that existing at the surface level of the society. It is the phenomenon that went into the society, went into the custom, went into the tradition, went into the literature, went into. So that's why even Britishers have ruled for 150 years or 200 years. They could not touch the multilingual and the multicultural character of this. For example, Spanish have invaded Latin America. They have changed everything there. Now Spanish is their own language. Like that, you can see Portuguese, some of the Portugal colonies, even Africa. But they could not touch Indian in terms of culture, language. That is point number one, which I want to share with you. Number two, if we observe this point I have been sharing with my friend, if you observe the history of the India, there were, before the Britishers, there were, let us say, 250 or 300 or 400 kingdoms on Indian subcontinent as a whole. But there were never any bonds between the kingdoms based on languages and cultures. That means dominating one language over another language, one culture. So actually, this has produced a harmony between languages and cultures, which resulted in sharing the features among the languages, the features of culture among different communities. That's why it is not only a multilingual country. The principle of unity and diversity and diversity in unity works very dialectically on this great land. So that's why there is on the one hand, we see diversity of cultures. On the other hand, we see the commonality across that. On the one hand, we see diversity of language. In the other hand, we see the commonality sharing features among Indian languages. That's why as students of linguistics, you know that everyone call it India as a linguistic. Because of the sharing of aerial features among Indian languages. So that's why the Bhasha Pariwar, in the Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar is doing a great deal of work to protect diversity in the unity in the race. They are doing a great deal of work, and this seminar in Bhasha of Linguistics is being held is a very this is the place where the seminar has to be, and as one of the organizing cities, it has to be held here also. That's a very good place. And I appreciate the organizers and also taking the responsibility of Osmania. Now, we are talking, there are 8,000 languages, 7,000 to 8,000 languages in the air. All these languages will be 50% as per UNESCO. 50% of these languages will be disappearing in next 1 or 2 decades. That means what will be the linguistic cultural loss that the societies have to bear in the coming years, which will be a disaster to the world. Totally. Because even if you speak in economic terms, languages and cultures contribute a lot to the GDP of any. One of the reasons that what we say, not only historians say that India's GDP in ancient times was the number one in the world. It used to contribute number one in the world to the world GDP. One of the reasons for that is the coexistence of different languages and cultures to be said. One of the, I won't say one of them. So what does it mean? It means that languages and cultures also contribute to the GDP of that. That's why even if you speak in economic terms, leave the spiritual laws or cultural laws. But even if you speak MNCs and sometimes even government like to see in economic terms everything. So even if you speak in those terms, economic terms, there is a proof that languages and cultures contribute to the economy of the country. There are studies in UK and America. UK is a monolingual country, English only. So how come UK is losing being in terms of economies? How much UK is losing every year being a monolingual country? How much they are spending on translation? How much they are doing in different areas? So there are studies available. And you know, you might have heard, you had history of linguistics. Okay, if you know the history of linguistics, there was a great school, art school, which is maybe it was the capital of Czech. So Prague School of Linguistics, it has contributed to the phonology, morphology, functional linguistics, etc. And we have first to focus on language economics. The concept of language economics has been brought out by the in the second half of the 19th. What does it mean? It means that there have been studies quite for a long time which prove that languages, diversity, it is not only languages, diversity of cultures can also promote economy of the country. In this background, we have now technology. Okay, everybody is speaking on emerging technologies. Everybody is speaking on emerging technology. So, technology, nobody said that. Normally, we know from social linguistics that when there is a threat for the language,